Hi JP, didn't even see you there. um, mm, hang on a minute. Hi, the woke. I'll call you the woke. I hope you're okay, and I'm sure you'll find something. If you put your focus on it. Put hi heart artist because she got a big long name. And Mandy. Just looking for something. I've had to laugh today. People's comments. Hi Josephine, hi Tracy, hi CJ. Was CJ's 333 now. I'll just wait for a few more people to come in. Why are people waiting to come in? Because I don't even know this is going to come out. I never organised nothing, just comes out. I did write a few notes down of what just plopped in my head this morning. But just while we're waiting, I'll show you what I've been up to art-wise before I get into a chat. And I'm going to try and keep it short. Everyone will start, that JP will start laughing now. Keep it not as long as I go. Can I ever? No, but I'm trying. So on my Instagram, I'm going to be putting some stuff up I've been making. I've been quite busy today. I'm going to re-put these up. There's some little mini prints of what was left of some did we do a while back very large fridge magnets. So these are just the prints of some of the artwork out of my art journals. I'm just going to chuck them up to throw out cheaper on my Instagram. And here are some of the left large flexible, big, large fridge magnets, can't speak tonight, of some of the artwork. That was the Blue Angel I did. A lot of people have seen that one. There was this one. They were just some of the pictures that I liked. If you can see this one. Some of the artwork. Hi Robert, God bless you as well. And Keith, another angel, the Blue Angel. This one was a picture I did ages ago. I like the eyes. There's always something in the eyes when I'm drawing pictures because your eyes are the windows to your soul anyway. That's how I personally normally can tell if someone's full of light, because they have a lot of light in their eyes. You look at some of them Democrats over there and they're just full of dark, it's like a deadness behind people's eyes sometimes, when they're not full of light. And then there was it was a fairy, but it reminds me of Avatar. It looks a bit Avatar-ish, but it was a fairy with pink hair and a little hummingbird. But that was a picture I did ages ago in a book, which is in this book. But I must finish off. Some people have seen it before, but some stuff I just do when I feel like it. Which was that art was taken off that picture I did. I don't even know when I did this picture. It's got a bit of collage on it, but I drew this fairy being. I don't know when it was. that'd make a nice card actually. It's a nice picture if you're into fairies. And then there was a little pencil drawing of a hedgehog in a teacup, and then a hedgehog and some mushrooms. It's a little hedgehog. So I've got to try and draw some other stuff because I normally draw a lot of faces. Just love drawing faces. This was another face I did ages ago, which sort of reminded me. It's a spiritual woman anyway. White hair, feather in her hair. This picture, I forgot about this picture. Should have took a picture of that. And then when I was talking about Native American Indians ages ago in hair, and how hair's your antennae, and I was going through the whole story of like in America when they took them for the war. I'm not going through it now though. When the Native American Indians had the hair chopped off, it's like they couldn't track as best as they could when they had long hair because it's like an antennae picking up all the vibrations and energies and frequencies around. So was in the energy of that and drew this little Native American Indian girl. And then, yeah, I've got to fill this in really. I forgot I had this book, so I'll have to do some more. I was just cutting out what I've drawn, so I might do that with some other pictures that I've got and then just paste them into this book. So that's that, while I'm waiting for people to come in. And then what else have I been up to? Oh, yeah. I've made some more earrings. These are earrings that I make. These have got gemstones on, beads, charms. They're made out of copper as well. Some new ones that I've done, which will be going on my Instagram page this week because I'm doing some healing jewellery, meaning they all have crystals on, and crystals, gemstones, are healing. So someone already wants these ones, but I'm going to do a few more. The thing is with my stuff as well, I don't always do a lot of the same things. So when they're up, they're up. When they've gone, they've gone. But I will be doing a few of these sets. So I did earthing. So I did hands and green. I think these were jade. And then there's a tiny little flower charm at the top because I saw it as like hands in the earth. If you think of earth, you think green. So they were like earthing. If you feel you need to ground a little bit. And then we've got self-love. So we did healing hands, and they've got little hearts instead of flowers at the top, little hearts. And these, I know they look a bit white, but they are actually rose quartz. So the pink for love and self-love to yourself, ladies. And the last ones I did were like spiritual hands, like spiritual colour amethyst, which is my birthstone because I'm a Pisces, and a star at the top, and little hands. So there's 3 different colours. There's amethyst, rose quartz, and jade. So I'm going to be doing a few more of those, and they will be on Instagram, but they'll be going up this week. And then I'm going to be having some sets of healing stone crystal rings with copper, which I have on my finger now as a prototype because this is a bit big. But this one's amethyst one. It's got the copper, amethyst stones, you know, quite organic, and then a little feather hanging off it, a dangle. Because I like having dangles and things on my rings. None of the other rings on my fingers that I've made, they're not, it's just this one. So I'll put that on the side now. Anyway, so they'll be going up. And then what else? Picture-wise this week. Oh, by the way, for anyone that has seen my stuff and ordered before, my little llama bag that I did ages ago, hand-stitched this llama bag with hearts all over it. And it says, "Love is key" on the back. I'm going to be redoing some more of these llama bags because I really enjoyed doing these, making them. They do take a bit of time because they're all hand-stitched, handmade, hand-designed. But it's tote bag. I use these for shopping instead of getting the plastic bags. The canvas. A llama, in a spiritual meaning, means enlightenment. So, and I always think of a llama or an alpaca, if you want to say, you know, if it's unload that load. But I will be doing some more of those llamas because they are very cute. Do you make anything for men? Funny enough, Robert, and hi to everyone in chat, I'll shout your names out after. I don't really do men's stuff because I just don't. But I know a few people have been asking, and they have asked before, and I've done a one or two. Because Dave Moody's had something in the chat before. Oh, and this is one of my recycled leather wrap bracelets, where you just tie them like this. The older they get, the better they are. Taught me how to use a sewing machine. Yeah, that's good. I've got some bits that I might be able to use for some men's bracelets, like macrame, can never say that name, or maybe some leather ones. But I'm going to have a look, because I know a few have asked. And I might be able to do a few, so I'll have to look into that, because people have asked. Tonight's topic is on the title, manifesting. Art-wise, doing my art journals of how I've been feeling, you know, while all the shit's going on, is, I went in this book, because I have many books that I draw in. This book, which is an old furniture book that I just paint on and then draw in it, so you don't even have to buy a book, was this one. Can't remember if I showed it the other day. It's supposed to have a butterfly here. I've not filled it in yet, but I was feeling this a few days ago, and it says, letting go of fear and ego, because I've still been letting go of that, not fear, the ego thing. It's not, like I said before, it's not getting rid of it, it's just putting it in balance. To let go is to fully flow in all that you truly are. Follow your bliss. I always tend to draw a picture, and then the writing comes in as a little message, so it was that one. And these always represent energies or spirit realm about, because it always is. And then the one I did the other day that's not finished yet was blooming is to transform. We all talk about the butterflies, you know, butterflies, we are transforming, you know, you're a caterpillar, you go into the chrysalis, it seems very dark in the chrysalis. Hi Lydia, it seems very dark in the chrysalis. You know, it might feel a bit lonely, but then we start to stick our head through that chrysalis, the veil, and then we emerge when we begin to see the truth on certain things, and we emerge, you know, when we start coming into our higher self and remembering who we are, we merge into this beautiful butterfly and we ascend state of consciousness. So I see it like that, and I always also see it as flowers. We could talk in metaphors. You know, flowers bloom, they unfold, they blossom. We're all blossoming. If you're on your path and you're beginning to wake up to certain truths, not just about what's going on in 3D, you and who you truly are, and I'm sure an orb just flew past them, who you truly are, because we used to get them live on chat in a certain light, who you truly are, you start to blossom, you start to reflect, you start to realise things, you start to look back at the past, forgive, forget, and accept what you can't accept. So this was the picture, and colour is a massive thing. So funnily enough, unsubconsciously but probably intuitively, I drew her hair in pink. I see pink as a healing colour. She's got like flowers and things on her because she's blooming. She's part of the earth as well. Part of both realms, cosmic and earthly. That's how I perceive it. Other people might not, but colour is very, very important, because colour is healing as well as light, because the spectrums of colour in light, not that we always see, but she's got pink hair, and to me that's very healing. This page isn't finished yet, but it says blooming is to transform, because you're unfolding. I've said this before, you're a seed. We've been in the dark, in the ground, you know, growing, and all of a sudden we poke out like the butterfly, and we rise, and we ascend to the light. We grow up. Everything grows up. So we're blooming. The petals start to unfold, and we see this beautiful blossoming flower. That's what we're all doing. Other pictures this week, I think we've seen this one, I'm not sure, because I like to show you what I've been doing. Any pictures? I think that was the other week, and that was the other week, all going on in my subconscious. And then this one was a bit, didn't really like it, because some I like, some I don't, some come out alright, some don't. But this was the whole thing of divine feminine, the children are important, you know. I don't know why the fish is up there. Maybe that's, you know, waters above. 8 Lionsgate here, the feminine divine, rainbow. It says gratitude, love, peace and wisdom. And then I think the last one I did was, yeah, this one I did the other night. It says, you are the rainbow bridge. You are the bridge between the physical and the non-physical worlds. You are the bridge to both. You're in the physical, but you can also go to the non-physical. It's lighter. Physical's more dense. So that's what the rainbow bridge is. So I think this is a representation of some, you know, a woman and then a higher self and all going on with all the energies. And the all seeing eye in the middle that I see is your pineal gland, and also when you take a high perspective of what came in today, which I have shown before, but this just popped in my head. I think I have said it before, but it just popped in. I thought I'll write it down and see how it comes out. So they were the pictures. The book I've been reading this week, which I did read a bit ago, and then got distracted. This book, if you want to read anything, you know, in the times of just what's going on at the minute, you want something, you know, not feeding into the news and not staying on YouTube too long and all that, you want to read something good, is Light, the Medicine of the Future. Now, if you don't know, Donald Trump has talked about light therapy, and the thing is, this book was written quite a while ago, and it is the medicine of the future because it was a medicine of the past, ancient times, but it's something they've kept from us. And I'm going to be reading bits of this out because the person, I brought this on eBay and I did show this before, and the person had been highlighting bits. That's what I do in book, I highlight the bits. So I was highlighting bits that I saw, and then I didn't need to highlight a lot of it because someone else had already highlighted it. But it's just really good about light, and light is visual. You can hear it and you speak it as well, light language. But it was just, let's see if I can find anything. Yes, we've got like the eyes are the windows to your soul, as we all know. Let's see. See if I can find a snippet that I can read out. I can't read chat out at the minute. I'll just read a little bit out. The human photocell, you know, when you see these photonic lights. And have you ever wondered, I've always said this, we're solar beings, aren't we? Solar beings, light. Have you ever wondered why we call the process of profound human evolution enlightenment? Or why the portion of the galaxy in which we live is called the solar system? Doesn't the term solar system imply that human beings are derived from the sun? Oh, yes. The Son of God, the Sun. So, not the S-O-N, S-U-N. Why do people frequently make statements such as light up or you light up my life? How does living in the light differ from experiencing the dark night of the soul? Is it possible, as renowned physicist David Bohm, I don't even know if that's right, states that all matter is frozen light? Oh yeah, because it'd be sort of denser, wouldn't it, if you get what I'm saying, if you look at it like that. Could it be that our evolution in some deep way is related to our ability to take in and utilise light on a spiritual level as well as a physical level? Whoop! So I'm just leaving that bit there. I'll have to read some of these bits out because, as I've always said, people go on about chemtrails and this, that and the other. Well, I think they were trying to cover the sun up to not get the proper sun's rays, because in the sun's rays we have, most of you will probably know, and I can't see chat at the minute because I'll just get distracted, so I'm not being rude, I'm just not looking. I've got to learn not to get distracted. Let me see if I can find it. And if you saw the sun a few days ago, oh my God, hi, has your package come yet? I know it'll take a bit to get there. It was the orangest I've ever seen it. Some people go, no, it's because of the California fires. No, it's nothing to do with the California fires. There's a change coming, golden age. Just let me find... You You know when you're looking for something, you know where it is and then you can't find it. Where is it? Oh, I've seen the moon. I've seen the moon loads of times. So, yeah, I always watch for the moon. Let's see if I can find the... This is because I'm looking for it. It's not going to show now. Right. Moon was crescent last night. It was lovely. Right, so let me see one more time if I can find certain spectrums of light we see and don't see. There it is, there it is, there it is. So, yeah. So, from the sun, we get electric waves, radio waves, infrared rays, short infrared, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Like the chakras, mid and near ultraviolet, far ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays, cosmic rays, and invisible, and visible. So that's where we always talk about like the physical realm and the spiritual realm, things you can't see and things you can. But anyway, I'm not going into that right now, but I've always said, yes, we are solar beings. And that's why it's funnily enough, I've always said, intuitively, I must have known because I don't like wearing sunglasses. I never have done. I think there's a reason why they tell you to wear sunglasses. You're not letting the light through your eyes. And there's like in this book, it says you should be letting the light in. I don't mean staring at it. You can do that when the sun's low because it's not bright. And then certain things like sun creams and stuff, like you're blocking your body off, 33, Christ consciousness in the house, and 8, infinity, from precious godlike light. I'm not saying bake yourself, but totally late. Light is a lot. We are light. We're called human beings. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? All different colours of the rainbow, hues of light. So if anyone's interested, it's a really, really good book. And right from the beginning, you'll be like, yes. So we can heal through light, through colour therapy. And what you're seeing around you is light as well. Like, before I get into manifestation, when I take my son Finn to school, there's just a little patch of ground. Yoga. I did some this morning, some morning yoga. It was really nice. A patch, like an alleyway, and it had a patch of grass, and it's never had anything there. Somebody's been planting flowers, just random, like sunflowers and everything. They're dying off now because the weather's changing. I could tell today it was in the air. I know, every time I see it, it makes me so happy because it's just a bunch of colours, but so bright, and every time it makes me smile. Colours make you smile. Certain colours give you feelings of something. You know, when you see certain colours, the brighter they are, the happier. That's why we all love flowers, you know, different colours. I'm from Scotland. Where are you all from? Yeah, you can put in chat where you're all from, because I know we have lots from all areas. So we've got Sky, Robert, Lee, is it Alyssa? Angela. I don't know where some of you are from, actually. Dr. B. Yeah, do where you're from, because I can see some new names. JP, I know where some of you are from, but others don't. Laurie. Is that Kayak? I'll call you Heart Artist. Your name's well long. Lydia. Danny. Paul. Jimmy. Seven Circles. Anyone who's watching that's not in. CJ333. Tracy, Josephine, I know where Josephine's from. My area, I think it was you. Mandy. Oh, and if Amanda Allotment is watching, hi, just in case you are there, because I know I can never see her in chat. Just, if she comes in after. And, Spencer's from Utah. Cumbrian lass in Nevada. Massachusetts. Yeah, it's always a lot from the USA. Is that lime? Am I saying it right? Canada, Arizona, Scotland, Wales. Yeah, Taproot's not who comes in now and again. He's from Wales. Canada. Yeah, Sky's from Canada because she's actually bought some keychains that I made, and I don't know how long it takes to get from UK to Canada, and obviously because of the you know what that's going about, that we won't speak its fake name, the common cold. But anyway, I'm going to get into it because I'll be here all night and I'm trying to keep it short. So, I wanted to talk about, hang on a minute. Oh, and the other things that I'm making as well, just throwing it in there because they are here, was these little, I'm going to be making 3 sets of little, if you're ever giving out presents and you have like what they call thank you tags. Obviously I need another one because this is just 2. I'm going to be doing some thank you tags, tags. They have a sticker on the back. And they're quite big ones, but they're just going to have freehand drawings on. So there'll be like 3 sets randomly with everything else that I make on my Instagram. So look out for them, and if anyone is over on my Instagram. So this weekend, I've been having all these things in my head, and I went to my mum's the other weekend, and it's all this like coming from ego, as a lot of us know. Thank you. Just keep your eye on my page. Coming from ego and little bits of stuff, and how it's sort of frustrating at the minute with everything going on in 3D world, with everything going on with, stuff that I mentioned sometimes with Q and all the stuff that we're all seeing. Don't have to be into Q to know there's shit going on around the world, basically. As we all know, everyone's rising up or marching for something. But I know something's been always telling me, call it your higher self, your guides, God, Christ consciousness, whatever, it doesn't matter, it's all the same thing to me, is I don't reside in that like some people do. It is there for people to do because the people have to rise. I've been rising since I've been waffling on about Q, which is, like I said, you don't have to be into it. I'm just talking about the uprising that is blatantly going on in the world right now. No one can say that isn't. High system fail. You can't say that isn't. Doesn't matter if you're not into Q. It does not matter. If you can't see there's something going on in the world right now, I don't know where your head's at. You can say, as I'm going to say in a minute, you've got to focus on your world. Like I've just put manifesting your manifest what you want in your universe, which is yes, that's what I've got to do more of. But there is an awareness that you have to know what's going on I hate explaining this, in 3D, because you still reside in 3D. There's a lot of people, like I said before, that will try and spiritually bypass the whole thing of that's not going on. Well, it is going on. You still do reside in 3D, and you're always going to. It's just a part of that realm you don't normally see, the one where you go in your mind's eye, those energies we don't, well, if you start tuning into them, you can see them and feel them, but they're not in a physical matter like us. But that is heaven on earth, that is coming down, it is meeting, it is like the dark crystal where, the great, what was it called, the great conjunction where those two went back together. They've tried to split man and women apart for ages. All the whole divide on gender, religion, and race. That is what's going on. Funny how Joe Mass Pose put the video out a few years ago with the whole Q thing and what was going on. You go and look at that, and that is what's happening now. But that is the divide. But if you've noticed, we're starting to come back together. They tried to get men hating women and women hating men with all the feminazis, and then they had the man movement thing that were hating women. It's just absolutely ridiculous because that's how they divide. And then you've got the whole race thing going on, this, that, the other. I'm not going into too much of that because everybody's seeing that. So, and I'm not talking in chat at the minute because I'll get distracted, so I'll speak to you after, but I'm just going to flow. So we have all that going on in 3D, and there's great marches going on, and the peaceful ones. And as we know, the news will always put like Antifa up, and then they'll say it's the other side that are being peaceful. And they are reporting now on Q, trying to make out Q's bad and this, that, and the other. But we all know they do that. That's just hilarious. There's loads of stuff going on, like I said, but I'm not too looking there like I used to even a few months ago, beginning of this year, last year, because I'm moving away from that because I've always said this throughout. I know I'm here to do a bit more than that, and I also know we all are, it's not just me. My mission, or whatever you want to call it, as people say, my path is taking me, like I said, about healing and stuff like that, but it's also healing for myself. So it's not to be caught up in that. I don't need to be going to certain marches or doing certain things because that's not where my focus lies. Some people's focus is on that, which is great. Is Tatty T just come in? No? No, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to get this. That's for people to do that are awake, that to me are sort of in the physical, which is, it's needed. It's both needed on both sides. It's balance, yeah. So there'll be people doing all that, which is brilliant. But personally, I've spoke about it on here. People feel like they want to do something, so they go and do that, which is fine. I don't know how this is coming out, but I know my focus needs to go on what I want to manifest in my universe, your universe, which is being aware of that, talking out, because I do talk about it. I don't go around with a mask on, I never have done. I don't even know what rules are in now because I don't take any notice. You know, they've gone down to, the virus can't get you if there's only 6 yeah, but it can jump on your back if there's 7 of you. Right. I've heard a new one. You're more susceptible to the virus if you speak English. Oh, so now the virus knows languages, and apparently it mustn't like English because, yeah, I better start learning French then, hadn't I? I mean, if that doesn't wake people up, I don't know what will. But like I said, I don't need, I can talk about like I do. I'm not one of them channels that talks in depth about it because I don't think I need to. Personally, I think I've done my job as when I was going on a lot about it in JFK Jr. and all these things, that we're all waiting for, whatever. I've done that. So that's why I say I'll bring little things up when they come up, but I don't have to be regurgitating over the same things with all that. I haven't checked the Q post this week because, like I keep saying, once you know how to read and look and read their signs and understand also, because there's still a lot of people out there that don't understand about Trump. I'm not bothered if you do or you don't. Someone who comes in chat normally, the other day I just had to just sort of say, they said as well, this is where this conversation ends. And that's not because I don't like that person. It's just sometimes other people's energies can drag you down. That's not a bad thing. It's just you're putting a bit of a barrier up. We'll come back, hold space next time. Some people are still shouting out about Trump and the vaccines. That's because you don't understand how Trump works. Like I said, and a lot of people who say that are the people who aren't into Q, so you don't understand how it works, as in, he says things, so the Democrats jump. So if he said he's bringing a vaccine out, the next minute they're probably shouting out, don't have one. Or he's trolling the media. And if he did have a vaccine, it wouldn't be a Bill Gates one. It'd be HCQ or whatever. Because if people are screaming out for a vaccine, obviously you're going to want to put, if you're good, you're going to want to put something out that's not harmful. Because there are people, sorry, I don't know how to say it, who are not that aware. That's what people call the sleeping, the sheeple. We don't like saying that, but this is what it is. So, right, we'll give them a vaccine. I'd go, right, well, let's make a vaccine that maybe decalcifies the pineal gland, maybe helps them heal, but it's not a Bill Gates one. So, of course, he's going to say things, but because people have heard the word out of his mouth, a vaccine, they all jump all over it thinking, oh my God, he's Bill Gates, he's with Bill. No. He says it to troll. So, I can't be doing with people and stuff now. It's not the people, it's their energy when they're getting lost in all that New World Order energy of, oh my God, I can't keep repeating myself. If you don't believe that, that's fine. You live in your reality of the New World Order's coming and this, that and the other, and we're all in doom and gloom because that's not what's happening. We're on a totally different timeline. You can tell there's a change coming because ever have you seen in your life what's going on now? No. Worldwide? No. So me personally, I've been writing down in this book bits and bobs that I want in, keeping a focus on conversations I'm having, what's going on, so I can sort of look back and be like, right, yeah, that happened. Reflecting on myself as a person, because don't forget, the whole thing about all this awakening up when you get past all that is coming back to yourself and reflecting on your energy, what sets you off and triggers you with your emotions. Because I've always been an emotional person and realised that when you get too caught up in emotions, that's when you react. So obviously, I mean, we still get triggered now because it is frustrating in this time. Dolly, that's why I like coming here. You say what you think. Yeah, I'm just saying what I think. I always do, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, whatever. It's not about being wrong or right, but I just say it as I see it, and in my head, it's right for me at the minute. But I'm just sharing I'm just sharing to you. You know, if you resonate, you resonate. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. But I will say so. It's about you reflecting as a person on things you've done in the past, said in the past, been in the past. Like I've said, but the past does not define who you are now. People get depressed because they think too much. I don't think that. I don't keep thinking on the past. Thinking is a problem when you're thinking in a negative way. If you're thinking constant the past of something you did, something you said that was horrible, get over it. That was in the past. Let it go. I've been saying this for months and a few years. Let it go. Even if you can't say it to the person, it's good if you can. If you can't, go back in a meditation. I've said this before, and someone else said it that I'm going to have to talk about on the next chat because it'd be too long. Fingers are tingling, so that means to me my tingles are like resonating with it. If I said this before, you can go in a meditation, just sit till you go quiet, go back to a certain time and remember that memory, but see it in a different way. Change it up. You said something to someone, say a kinder word. Just let it go. You know, say you're sorry, let it go. And then don't think about it again. Don't think about stuff in the past. It doesn't matter what's gone on. You can change it. Anxiety. People always thinking again, way too far in the future, and it's not even happened yet. But if you keep thinking things, you're going to manifest it in. And that's why I've said before, when people go, oh, I knew that was going to happen, or, you know, if you're putting negative vibes out there, thinking too much about the future, what if this is going to happen like it happened before, or I should be thinking about this for like 2 years in advance. It's like, no, you should be thinking about now, but you do it in the now like you've already got it. That's how you manifest. The secret, if anyone's read it, of the law of attraction, which is manifesting, they don't tell you everything in that book because people say, oh, I've done it. Yeah, be in the now. I've done it. It doesn't work. Well, you haven't done it because normally in the secret, they don't tell you the whole thing. And the whole thing is your thoughts, your words, and your vision, your imagination. And it is not the word as they say. Seeing is believing. No, it's not. It's believing is seeing. You have to believe. The moment you think something like, oh, it's not going to come because it's never going to happen, you've broke that connection, that link to bringing that sort of magneticness in. I just came in, magneticness in, field into your Taurus field, into your universe, because manifesting is what we do, but because we've been distracted, even I've been distracted, I've done it in the past, I know it works, and you have to be quite like, quite like down to a T of what you want, but it never comes in the way you want. But if you're not down to a T, you'll get things that come in where you're like, okay, that was that, but it wasn't exactly, which I'll tell you a few stories in a minute that I've spoke about before. But yeah, it is a lot down to your thoughts, your mindset, your thoughts, the words you speak. You know, when you say, I can't do this, or it's impossible, when really, if you cut that in half, it's I'm possible. The way you speak around people, but the biggest thing as well is your imagination. So it's vision, the words you speak, especially out loud, or even write down if you've got a journal for manifesting. And you have to put that frequency out there constantly all the time. You're not letting people tell you, you know, you're not going to do it. you silly or anything to break that energy wave of it, where then you turn around and go, yeah, it's not going to work. Because like I said, as soon as you do that, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And you're not supposed to, there's certain words you say like, it'd be more in the way of saying I am, because that's in the now. I am, I don't know, what is it that you want to bring in, not I will be, in 2 years, blah, blah, blah. Because that's, you need to be in the now. I'm not actually saying this right, because I'm just sat here getting distracted by, hang on. The heating. You do have to put the actions behind it as well, because some people go, oh, it's all airy-fairy, that just thinking something will come. It's not, but yes, in a sense, you do have to put the action behind it. So I've got very distracted away from my business that I wanted to bring in for a long time, and I have got distracted, and I will say that. So the only way I can do that is to put the focus on what I want to bring in, but also with the intentions and with the right words, the action as well, and the imagination. Because I've had quite a few things in my past that when I've done this, it's worked. So I know it works. It's just I've been distracted through what's been going on for a couple of years, looking at everything going around me, manifesting a few little bits, but not really putting the full focus on that, which is, like some people will say, because of what's been going on, it's been a distraction, and it's been distracting people away. And that's why some spiritual people say, oh, don't look at this, don't look at that. It wasn't a bad thing that I got distracted, because that whole distraction, some would say, with the things I've been talking about for the past couple of years, was a trauma. But it is trauma that wakes you up normally to push you forward, to become your higher self, to know thyself again. So I'm not complaining that I went through all the stuff I went through, and not totally focused on it fully, because I was looking over there a bit more. Hi Sue. Yeah, they are trying. They. Ooh, that looks like a Q. They in the kill box. They are trying to captivate the attention of the people, and they have done it. We pay too close attention to what they want instead of. Well, they have done it, but they haven't done it, because a lot of people I see, and it's not that. It's, as I've said, you're allowed to be aware. I'm aware now, but I don't fully go into that. Their full attention on what they're doing, because Killbox, where we go when we go out. Yeah, exactly. Because I've said before, there's a lot of people who are into Q that haven't got a clue about going beyond Q, quantum. And I came through Q. I began to know quite early on that it was more than Q, because Q is the tool to help you research, question everything, yourself, because Q's here, and there's all this as well going on. So it brought me back to self, back to Christ consciousness, back to God, back to source, back to the unit, whatever you want to say. So this is why I keep saying, you can be aware of the 3D. You have to be aware of what's going on, because you could be in the wrong time at the wrong place. Like, there's more matches going on this weekend. There's a massive one in London I got told about, but I know they had a bit of trouble with the police somewhere else. I think there's going to be trouble down there. You have to be careful. You have to be aware. There's no point not being aware. But you don't reside in it constantly all day long watching the news. I don't watch TV. So I said, I don't even know what's going on with the new bloody rules apart from the 6 people thing. You just don't have too much focus on that. You need more focus on, it's about balance basically, and it's bit, I've said before, it's been out of balance because we've been too looking over there. So, getting distracted. I don't mean people in chat, I mean people who are distracted over there. You know, and there were people focusing on them and manifesting, but we want the whole world to go along with that, because otherwise it's just massive destruction. But this is why I've kept saying to people, look, but you don't have to be in it all day long. Just be aware. I don't need to now. I can see the things coming up and it makes me laugh. You know, I just think, yeah, this is going on. Oh, we know it's the opposite. So anyway, and I've had a few wake up calls to a few things this weekend, and it's been brilliant. I've had a few debates with my fella, and sometimes we get a bit fiery with each other, but it's not in a bad way. It's triggering on both sides, but it's in a good way. It wouldn't seem like it, but it actually is, because he will reflect or I will reflect. You probably do this as well. I always say to people, if you're reflecting, that's brilliant. If you're not, you're not really growing, so you're not really flowing, because that is how you grow. You've got to reflect on stuff. And there's certain things I do, like I can be quite passive aggressive, I know that, but like I said, this is trying times and this time is important. Some people don't think it is, but it is. It's not that whole thing of, oh, we're trying to be right. It's like, oh, we're just trying to wake people up. But there's also that thing of, they've got to do it themselves. It doesn't really matter what I say, what anyone else says. You know, they can believe in what they want to believe, and they're going to wake up. They wake up. Yeah, I believe she is as well. There's a lot of things, beautiful things coming. As Q said, the last one will be magical. So, you know, and somebody, just before going manifestation again today, somebody wrote a comment. This person likes to come in and then do a snide comment. I'm just going to read it out. I'm not going to say who the name is because they know who they are. But it just made me laugh because I said, Mindset Monday, manifesting your reality. This person put, there is only one looking glass, because all they constantly go on about this person is the looking glass, the looking glass. Most of us know about the looking glass, and it's always on the truth hurts. So I put, didn't think they were talking to me. Yeah, truth hurts, but it sets you free. The truth does hurt. When people wake up to the truth, it hurts, but out of trauma is normally where we set ourselves free. Because that's the only thing that's going to wake people up, is a massive shake, which is what's going on. So this person put, no, the truth is there. The truth is there is no such thing as freedom. So I'm like, and I said something like, well, you know, lovely, if that's what you believe, that's your reality, sweet, isn't it? Because this person said, people that means you wouldn't know what freedom is or what to do with it if you walked in and said, hi, my name is Jess, because that's what the person's called. And I thought, that's a bit pathetic, really, because one, I am free because I don't reside in that. I don't walk around with a mask on, and I never have done, and I never will do. I do what I want with my creativity, and it's about your mindset, and it's a higher state of consciousness. Your freedom is a higher state of consciousness. Wouldn't matter what they did. They can't lock your mind up. They might do if you get a microchip in it, but even if you were sat somewhere in a box, you can go somewhere in your mind. They can't take your mind from you, your soul. They can't do that. They can't do it unless they're putting microchips in you. There's a lot of people out there who want microchips. Oh, this person's just put another comment back. No, it's technology that you can Google, invented by Father. Go ahead and Google it. Who is Google? And people think technology is bad as well, and that really gets on my nerves. Technology isn't bad. There's beautiful technology coming that we've had hidden for years because we came from a technology anyway. And I don't mean AI as in, oh, AI is taking... We're talking about balance. If it's a technology that's good, and it's not interfering with us like the Chinese wanted to interfere with the bloody flipping microchips and that, and then the point system and all that. We all know that, the New World Order. Yeah, and Google is crooked. Yeah, I mean, most of us know that. We can still have things that are not spying on us, because we all know it was. Hi, and there's great technology that are going to come that heals us. So I'm not into people going on about technology's bad. Not all of it is. And then people go on about like the YouTube and that and the Google, and it's like, yeah, it was because they were spying on us, but this is how we've got the word out. So it's not all bad. Everything is about balance. Yes, Tracy, it's all about how you use it. It is. It's your intentions, and I've said this before. It doesn't matter what gets invented technology-wise, energy-wise, magic. That's energy, by the way. I've said before, if I invent something that was meant to do Nikola Tesla, because we all know that's here. Nikola Tesla invented a good currency, a good current, and he put it through him, and it didn't do anything. Edison put it through him, put it through some animals, an elephant and that, and it electrocuted and killed him. That was his current. It wasn't Nikola Tesla's, though. He said it was Nikola Tesla, so nobody what it is. And then he put us all on a meter, so we're all paying for free energy. There was many things that he invented that the dark side got, and you could say what's it called, 5G, whatever. They're just going to use it against the people. There's a frequency in it. They're going to use it against us. But if it's flipped back to what it was originally meant to be, it'll be a frequency that is going to heal us and help us and bring wonderful things in. And the tech that we know is probably about 100 years behind or something, to the people, for the world, with free energy, because it is free. And that's going to be brilliant. So when people talk about that, I just think, no, it's your intentions. Like I said before, energy is just energy. It's who you are as a being of, are you for the dark or the light? How are you going to use it? If you're not a nice person, you're going to use it to probably corrupt like that side have. If you're a good person, you're going to use it for good, for you and others. It's pretty simple. So that person's comment was just absolutely ridiculous, because I know what freedom is, because I've been living it. I've been going out in nature. I've been doing the things I still want to do. I've not been sitting fearing and going on. That person obviously doesn't know what freedom is, because they said it doesn't exist. Well, to me it does. It's a different perception of what you're looking at the end of the day. If you're all in fear in the New World Order and you're just repeating and going on about stuff all the time, and you see everything as bad, even Google and stuff like that, we know it's corrupt, but most of the things that are corrupt now weren't corrupt to start off with. They were initially, even the FBI and everything, even the Federal Reserve, they were initially put in place. The government's not a bad thing. It's just who we're governed by. We can still have a government, even though it may change to something else in the future, if we're governed by people with a moral compass, and they're doing what initially was supposed to be done, which was we're supposed to tell them what we want. They're not supposed to tell us what to do. So, no, it's the way you look at things. And a lot of people don't have that mindset to look at something different. So I'm not getting all into the 3D all the time. If people wonder why I'm not going to certain things, or I'm not shouting out about certain things all the time, I don't need to. Yeah, I know the governments are corrupt, but they weren't initially, and it's not everybody in the government, by the way. A lot of people have been blackmailed, as we know with Q and stuff like that, but I don't need to be doing, well, they're not going to be very soon, are they? It's like the celebrities talking out now. It's not every celebrity that's involved in that sort of stuff. We are having a reset. You should know that with Q. We're going for a reset now. Wait till November. But like I said, I'm not getting involved with these sorts of chats where it's in and out of that same thing, because you've got to get on the positive timeline. If you're talking about too much of the same thing all the time, like there's a lot of people that still go on about, look, 41 there, 41 in chat and 14 thumbs up. Different way of looking at it. Could change it round to 41 there. Who just regurgitate, or it's like they want to bring it in, they want to bow down, they want to be in fear. It's like, no, walking away from certain stuff. I don't need to be up in it all. I need to be concentrating on myself as well. So as I was walking Finn to school today, Ginsberg just made me laugh, because we all know she went ages ago, but the news has to put it out now. We are watching a movie play out at the end of the day. We are watching. We're watching the shit show around the world, but we have to see the shit show. We are in a war. We're in a spiritual war. We're already in World War III. We've been in it for quite a long time, Civil War, whatever you want to call it. It's just a bit different. That's why people will get hurt. People will be dying, because we are in a war. People just don't understand it's not like World War One and Two, where, you know, you got sent off. We're lucky for that, but you will be seeing a lot of things go on over the next couple of months. It's still going to get quite bad, yeah, coffee fee. It's still going to get quite bad. This is why I said you have to know where you're residing, you know. So, yeah, so when I walked back from school today, the reason why I was talking about manifesting, and I'll have to do more in-depth thing on it, was because I've been thinking about it, because I thought, yeah, this is where it's going. You know, I've got to focus more on that. You know, you bring in what you focus on. If you're focusing too much on the bad, you're always going to get bad things in. You attract what you are. So, you know, if you want to be more happy and free, you need to focus more on that sort of stuff. It's not saying don't be aware of the other stuff. Like I said, you've got the people waking up and doing that as well. So I just drew this. This is what came in, and I'm sure I've done this before. So some people might see this symbol, Vesica Pisces, the two circles overlapping each other. Looks a bit like an eye in the middle. Like the centre point, middle, centre point, 0 point, whatever. But I also see this as two realms. I'll write what I put. Two realms, like I said, the film, The Dark Crystal. You had the Skeptes and the Mystics. That stands for, you know, those who don't believe and those who believe. You've got the Skeptes, who are the skeptics. You've got the Mystics, who were the ones that knew about the other realm, the non-physical realm. But they're still a part of each other. And if you have watched that film, it is a convergence. The great conjunction comes, which is sort of like what's happening now. These two polarities coming together, whatever you want to call it, yin and yang, they come back together. And if that one dies, the other one dies, like, you know, soulmates. When they come back together, and they knew it was going to happen, they knew that time was going to happen, they turn into a light being. Metaphor. You, knowing your higher self. And like I said, you've got the realm of the material, the 3D as we call it. That's the material world, the physical, the matter, the denseness, that realm. And then you've got the non-physical, which a lot of us know it's there because we see things, feel things. You know, the non-material, the non-physical, it's not going to turn up like me and you because it's not a physical form. It's still a consciousness. It's still a being or whatever. It's just not physical. Light realm, I call it. And then I sort of see it as, we all go on about 5D. When you mix them two up, and those two overlap, that's 5D, that's in the middle. That's using your third eye. That's like rising above it and looking at both realms like, well, we've got this going on here, we've got that going on here. I know to be in balance with both. Vesica Pisces. I also see it like, to me, people can go, it's not that, it's not to me, this is what it is. Your two eyes tell some lies. You're being given visions that you think are true, but when you use your third pineal in the middle, in the centre here, and you go within and you feel, you'll see more there and you'll see the truth. Because remember, these eyes see a lot that you think you see sometimes, but it can be totally different. It could be a picture. Like people go, oh, Trump had a picture with Epstein. It's like, yeah, he was at a party and he was behind him. And we've all done that with people we don't like. I've said this before. I've been at parties and there's people there that I don't like. And if someone takes a picture and they're in the background because they've just photobombed the picture or whatever, it's like, oh, you were with such body. Yeah, but I wouldn't go back to a house party because I don't reside with their energy. But yes, they were there, so I was civil. If you know about energy works and manifestations, you're supposed to be... you attract what you are, so you're supposed to be nice to the people that you don't like. That's why Trump normally says to people, oh, like Ginsburg, oh, rest in peace, she was a lovely woman. He might not really be thinking that, but it's a form of energy that you're bringing in. When people understand that, they'll understand why he talks the way he is, but I'm not talking about that at the minute. So, those two realms coming together, your left and your right side of your brain, because a lot of people are in the left side of the brain, and they don't use a lot of the right side because, you know, it's too woo-woo. But it isn't. They've just tried to distract you from it. And then it was like, I don't know why I drew this. And then I was like, oh, yeah, your eyes here and your eye here, triangle, take the higher perspective here. Look above and look at what is actually going on in your pineal, in your, well, he's going down, isn't he? In your third eye, in your mind's eye. Because like I said, these eyes can tell lies, like I just said before. You're watching something on TV. We all know they mess with stuff. We all know they film stuff to make it look like something else. George Floyd. And lots of other stuff with false flags. You think you're seeing something, they're telling you you're seeing something. Actually, you're not seeing it. Someone else will go, I saw that from a different angle. That wasn't even happening. Blah, blah, blah. So we all know that these don't always tell us the truth. And we're getting told stuff that doesn't, match up with things. So normally you can feel when you go within your mind's eye. But when I was walking to school, that came in. Oh, and then, I drew the picture of our head and the photonic light coming in from the sun. I was talking about the sun before, through your third eye as well. You have to fill your lamp up here, as Charlie Freak would say. But I just drew a picture of that, I don't know why. And then I wrote down, it's not being apart from the physical, it's the balance of the two. Yes, we are physical, as in our spirit carrier, this. Some people say avatar. But what resides within us is a powerhouse of light. So we're supposed to eat the light, drink the light. That means sit in the sun, soak up the light. Eat the light is eating colourful foods, a lot of fruit and veg, that's eating the light. There's a lot of breatharians out there, which means deep breathing through your nose. Deep breathing when you're feeling anxiety, that's breathing in, as I would say, godly light, breathing it in, calms you down, bringing oxygen to your body. If you're feeling a bit of anxiety that's going on at the minute, two sides to every story, then there's the truth. Well, you have to train your mind to be stronger than your emotions, or else you'll lose yourself in everything. And that is true, because I've done it. I'm a very emotional person, but if you get lost in your emotions, you will lose yourself, because it's an energy that tries to get you caught up in the emotions to make you react. Yeah, but I'm not talking about them, because we're talking about manifestation, and I'm not talking about the Q stuff for the minute, because as I just said before, I don't waffle on about it all the time, because I'm going somewhere else with it. I know to come away from certain stuff. So as I was saying before, your imagination of what you visualize within and focus on, and play those little films in your head. It's all right. Films in your head of what you want to be, what you want in your life, what you want. Not what you need, what you want. And words that you say. So you can say to people, I am, some people might say to me, I'm an artist. They'll go, no, you're not. Did you go to university? I am an artist. I am an artist. I am an artist. I create. And you've got to speak those positive words a lot, out loud as well as write it down, because your subconsciousness doesn't know the difference between real and not real. And if you put the visions there, it'll just believe it is real. And your thoughts. If you're thinking you're not good enough all the time, you're fat, you're this, that, and the other, and you keep telling yourself that your cells and yourself are going to believe that, and they're going to start working against you, because they think that because you focus on that all the time, that is what you want. Because what you focus on starts to manifest. So if you're always going on about you're ill, and you're telling people I'm ill, when you get hypochondriacs, and I've known people like this, it begins to manifest, and people actually end up ill. Robert Hart, this is a weight club drama queen. What is? Elaborate. Makes no sense. So if anyone knows what I'm talking about, I've known people like that. They've not been ill. They've made themselves ill. The universe will give you what you want. So if you're always putting out, it doesn't matter if sometimes you're saying a few things, but if you're constantly putting out, 17 thumbs up, you're constantly putting out you're ill, and you're talking it to people. I've known people I've worked with, miserable people, who've constantly moaned every day about they've got this, they don't feel well, every day, and you're like, Jesus, you know? And then they end up ill, and they're wondering why, because the universe is like, oh, they're always focusing on it, and they're always talking about it, so we'll give them what they want, because they must want it, because that's what they constantly focus on. So then you get what you focus on. So my friend always said she never wanted to grow old. She died. Beautiful. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's why you say you've got to be very careful. It's not like you go, oh, you think of an elephant and it appears in your front room. You do have to put work behind it, as in you have to visualize, you have to put your intentions out, and you have to be mindful of your thoughts. But you've got to be in that like every day. And, you know, if you have a bit of a bad day, and just snap out of it and go, all right, get back on track with it. But like I said, it is real, because like I said, you will know people, or even yourself, when you've constantly focused on something and you think it was a bad thing, and then it gets you down more, and then you're focusing on it every day. Yeah, spelling is a spell. Yeah, exactly. Spelling's our spell. Who keeps bringing up things we all know? Robert, if you're trolling, you can go. Don't anyone chuck him out. If you know it, you can go. I know this. I'm trying to help other people out. So don't sit there in chat shouting things out that aren't any use to anyone anyway. If you know it, why are you in chat? No one's being a drama queen. Well, it's a bit rude, isn't it? And I do tell people off in chat. There's no point making a comment if it's not worth making a comment. I mean, that's a crap comment. You know, people come with crap comments. Sometimes you just think, what's the point? If you haven't got nothing good to say, just don't say it. And if you don't like what I'm saying, or you know it, what you watching for? Simple. You know? I'm saying it like it is. 45th president. So I've spoke about this before many times, but people need it right now, and we keep needing to be reminded. I even need to remind myself to not get too caught up in other stuff. So I don't need people coming in chat talking codswallop, right? If you don't want to listen, go and watch something else. I've been having thoughts of a hexagon. Oh, yeah, it's my chat, so you know. I'm just saying, and I'm only reading out what I've wrote down, what came into my head this morning. I like to share stuff. You don't like it, jog on. I'm not being nasty, I'm just saying. So, yeah. And like I said, also, yeah, so you've got to focus on what you want in your universe right now. It's your universe. We are creators. We are gods and goddesses. We create our own reality. The reason why I think some things haven't worked properly is because, yeah, we do have the deceivers on the other side. They've wanted us to be distracted away from our manifesting selves, because they don't want us to realise that if we focus on, Sue, have you just noticed? I lost it at weekend. I forgot then until you said, thought no one will notice. See, I lost it at weekend. It's that tiny. I don't know what I did with it. I knocked it out, but I have ordered another one. So I don't know where it is. Could have gone up the Hoover. I don't know, but I'm just hoping I get it soon so it doesn't seal up, and it's a pain to put in. My nose piercing. I know. No, that's all right, Robert. I've just like to say to people, you've got to remember, there's people in chat that know this, but there'll be people in chat that don't know this. There'll be people in chat that are resonating, and they don't understand why. So I wasn't being nasty then. I'm just saying, yes, I know about manifestation. A lot of people do, but there's a lot of people that don't, or they might be just coming across it, or they might go, oh, well, I've tried it before, but it's never worked. Well, the thing with manifesting is, the magical thing is, you have to believe it to see it. It's not seeing as believing. Here goes an example. And it will never come in the way you want it to come in. It normally comes in quite different. But when you start attracting and focusing and bringing in that magnetism in, you will attract the right people around you. So, and you don't have to know why and who and where that it's someone like why the person came in and where they came from and why they were getting this and why this. It's nothing to do with the why. So, when I was 16, I had a wart here. I think I had some on my hand and I had a big wart there, and you can get them burnt off. And I got them burnt off because obviously, got them burnt off. But this one never went. Now, my dad was into certain stuff with manifesting and told us as kids, read these books, blah, 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 the cellophane prophecies. They always say cellophane. The cellophane prophecies. Loads of different books, that a lot of people have probably come across. And my dad was into Native American Indians and stuff like this. So, yeah. So, I thought it won't go away. So my dad said, right, well, you're going to have to manifest it away, aren't you? And I was like, what? And he went, for example, water's a very good thing to visualise. But my dad did say, you imagine when you go to bed, you can do it in your, if you meditate or when you go into bed, when you're relaxing. There's different states, you go in Veda state, all different states. But anyway, I'm not going into that now. But for 2 weeks, because this is where you do have to put the work in. It's not like, I want this sort of thing, like, that's it, yeah, it'll come. You do have to put a bit of work behind it. Sometimes you have to keep putting the intention out for a little bit, but you've got to believe it. That is the key. So for 2 weeks, I kept saying to myself, and I still remember what I said from when I was younger, a little thing, like I said, little spell, like you could call it, hour by hour, day by day, my walk will go away, I'll be day. And I kept repeating it. And what I visualised was going through a forest and it was sunny and it opened up and there was this big lake. I got into the lake and I swam across the lake and I got out on the other side and it was sunny and I just lay there looking at that, disappearing, shrinking, disappearing, and just kept repeating, yes, and I think, yeah. And there's 2 as well. I think there's 3. Hour by hour, day by day, I wish my... And I kept repeating it till I sort of like, fell asleep, but believed it. 3 weeks after, yeah, but I didn't have to rub bacon on it. I've had all that, it never happened. 2 weeks later, totally disappeared. No scar, no nothing, just totally went. And I was like, oh. So there's a few things I did over the time. But because I've been quite like a positive person anyway, certain jobs that I've had, I never fretted about not getting them. Even if I was a bit nervous at the interviews, because I'm not like a worrier like that. So if you're a worrier, you can put that, connecting that magnetism in off, because as soon as you don't believe it, it's not going to come in. As soon as you start doubting. There's been little things I've talked about you before recently where I wanted to put a gift out. I wanted a gift to come in and I just said gift. And then I was like, oh, this was ages ago because I've got a book called, I think it's by, I've shouted this out before, Pam Grout. I don't know if JP or someone got it. And it's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's about manifesting, and you write little things in to show you that it actually works. So all the naysayers out there, if you get the book, you'll be able to see. And it was just about putting a gift out. Not what time, but you had like so many hours that this gift would come in. And I think it was like 72 hours. And I didn't know how this gift was going to come. It was just gift. I didn't know what the gift was going to be. And I just had to believe it, and you can't, as the hours go down, you can't think, oh, I'm only down to like so many hours now, it's not coming. I just soul-heartedly believed it. Anyway, I was about down to like 3 hours or something, and a friend rang me and said, and I hadn't told her anything, she just said, oh, I've been to Liverpool and I got you a little gift. And I was like, what? It's just when she went gift. And I went, oh, she's never done that before. She said, I'll come round for a brew and I'll bring your gift round. Because, so she did. All it was a hand cream. And people go, oh, that. It's the point that she said, I got you a gift. And I'd asked for a gift. And it came just before those hours had ran out. Then there was another one where I wanted some flowers. But I didn't actually specifically say what kind of flowers. I just said flowers. And I knew they'd come within whatever it was. So many hours. It could have been a couple of days. Your gift is coming Wednesday. Oh yeah. Your gifts are coming Wednesday. So, anyway, again, in the day when these hours were up, I went to pick Finn up from nursery when he was a bit younger. And he never made me anything at school, I've not, he does now, like he's been doing his pictures. Oh no, kids, I've done nothing at school. No, he didn't. He came out and went, Mummy, I've got you these flowers. And I was like, oh, they were paper flowers, but they were flowers. I never specifically asked for real ones. I just put flowers out there. And I got these flowers. People will remember me showing you because it was quite funny. Then there was one where I wanted to go to New York, to Trump Tower. I wanted to go to New York, Trump Towers. And I didn't know how I was going to get there because I couldn't afford it. But I just thought, I am going to get there, but I'm going to get there. I don't know how, but I'm going to get there. Literally, my mum rang up the next day. She was drunk, but she said, I'm taking you and your sister to New York with her friends because they were doing this thing, and asked if they wanted to go. She went, but I'm paying for you both and we're going to New York. And I was like, what? I wanted a computer instead of this tablet, but I do use this tablet a lot. I need to start using my computer again. But single mum at the time, thought I can't really afford it, but I would like one. I know I'll manifest one at some point. It will come in. I don't know how, but it will happen. Then I had a friend who I made friends with people just through YouTube, through doing stuff, who was like, out of randomness, didn't know this, was like, sort you out of a cheaper computer. You can buy it off me, get it sort of cleaned out, blah, 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 blah. And that's how that happens. So it can happen in ways you really don't expect it. I knew I was going to meet somebody this year because I put it out there, said 2020, been on my own for quite a few years and thought, it's not right. 2020 is the time for me with everything going on, 2020 vision. And I know it's going to happen in 2020. And it did. And it's the best thing that happened at the minute anyway. So, yeah. Wow, that's fantastic when these... Yeah, and synchronicities are what we should be looking out for. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about sort of manifesting tonight, I've not gone into in depth. I'll do it another time because there isn't enough time to go through this with showing you my manifestation books, and we'll do the whole vision board. And I know people have done this before, but let's get into it again and remember that this is what we should be focusing on as well. As well as being aware of that, we have got to be really into this as well. So when I went to school today, I'm walking, I'm like, oh, these beautiful flowers. I'm in my awareness. I'm being mindful of like, look at the beautiful flowers. I'm not looking on my phone at the news because this is what you need for doing as well. You can look at bits, but don't be too into it. Oh, the beautiful flowers, look at them. Breathing in them flowers, like, oh my God, the colours. Putting a little smile on my face this morning. And I loved it because the air was dewy today and I went, oh, the seasons are changing. All things are changing. And I was like, ooh. So I go to school and I've been thinking, I think I need to start talking about manifestation again just to re-jog our memories because sometimes we do get distracted. That's what I was trying to say before, Robert Hart. So we get distracted. So I am not joking, no word of a lie. Source talks to you through synchronicities, numbers, nature, and things that you hear around you, of snippets of things that you hear around you. I love it, me. People think you're bonkers, but they do. Because I was thinking about, this is why I say when you're thinking, you've got to be careful what you're thinking. Yeah, on Monday, I think I'll talk about manifesting because I've got to get, back on track with it. So I am not joking. I was laughing my head off. I'm going to school with Finn. I drop him off. I'm not one of them who talks to people. I'm just like, get back. Whoa, not listening to nothing. But I heard out loud because it was pretty loud and these parents were right behind me. No word of a lie. All they heard was, 11. Well, my ears pricked up then, didn't I? Because I thought, what, 11? Because we all know 11 is the awakening number. Oh, and then another girl went, oh, yeah, 11. And then I thought, what's going on here? And then the other girl went, yeah, 11. And when I wake up and when I see 11, oh, it's manifestation time. I was like, what? You can't make this shift up. I was like, oh my God, I'm laughing, smiling, walking down the street like, but the only thing they said was, yeah, you know what 11 is? It's manifestation. That's when you have to manifest. I thought, well, no, 11 just doesn't mean that's when you manifest. You have to actually put your work behind it. You have to actually put your vision in, your intentions, and your belief, your thoughts, your belief. Belief is seeing. It's not seeing as believing is what they say. You have to believe it. Soon as you sever that connection that you don't think it's coming, you're not good enough, or I don't see how this is going to come in, it won't happen. Example again, you might put out to the universe, say for example, you wanted a bike, but you don't know how it's going to, it doesn't matter. This is how it works. You could be talking to a friend and you forget about it because that's what you do. You put it out there, you believe it, and then you forget about it. It doesn't mean it's going to come tomorrow. There's big things that could come next year, tomorrow, in 2 weeks, or a month, and then you forget about it. You just know it's coming and you forget about it. And you might go to a friend's house and they might be like, oh yeah, you're having a conversation, such and such a thing. Oh yeah, they're getting rid of a bike. They don't want any money for it. They're just getting rid of it because they don't want. And you're like, I love it. That's how it works. It's not always the way you think it will come in. You could want to set a business up and you're putting the intentions out there, and then all of a sudden you're attracting the right people. Someone will have a conversation about something if they know somebody who does that you need in your whatever it is that you're bringing in. That's how it works. It's not like, oh, I've put this intention out and that appears on my doorstep sort of thing, even though it could. But that's how manifestation works. So you've got to get a little bit off the distraction of what's going on right now. Be aware. But if you want to start bringing the new world in, is what we're doing, we need to manifest your things in. The more we manifest the things we want in and not what they, in bracket kill boxes, Q, they want us to do, keep us distracted, it's going to bring in that timeline anyway. So it's still good to be doing that. It still brings the timeline in. But like I said, we still need to be triggered and woken up to the fact of the trauma that is going on, because out of trauma, that's how we awaken. And this is why I said there's a lot of people that are into Q and the other stuff, and they're still in the physical shouting about all that, but they don't realise there's another part that we are going to. Because when that all comes out, as I keep saying, what do you do then? Because it's going to be about your mindset. It's going to be about bringing new things in, sharing solutions, sharing new healing, sharing new ways, sharing the stuff that some people think are woo-woo, like meditation and all that, because that's where we're going with the whole, it does help you heal, the light helps you heal, all them things that they've told us don't help us heal, and the woo-woo, they actually do. But there is new technologies coming, med beds, all that. I believe that. We know we've had hidden technology from us. A lot of the technology they'll bring out, they will say, ooh, it's new, when we all know it's not, but they sort of have to put that out there not to explode your brain, because lots of brains are going to be exploding very soon if they're not already with what's coming. And this is why I say it's very important to get your mindset in check, because you're going to be helping other people when they have the big trauma, when all the stuff they thought was real was an illusion, if you get what I'm saying. What else was I going to say as well on the end of that? And as I say, you've got to let go to let your energies flow. If you don't let go, you're not going to flow properly. Even with manifesting, you're not going to flow. So you've got to let go to get into the flow. So we've got to work on releasing. Triggers are good because they do trigger you, as long as you reflect and think, what actually was that? Why was I getting triggered by that? I'm still doing it. I've been triggered off people on air, it's whatever. You have to reflect on it. Write it down. I've been writing stuff down because it's good to get it out your system, because then you can look at it and think, well, what was it? And like I said the other day, it's normally the opposite. If you're in fear, what's the opposite? Love. So you need to be more loving to yourself. You need to be focusing on more loving things, as in that make you happy, and so forth. It's nice to come in here after so long and have all my opinions recited for me. Thanks for that. You're welcome, raining. Is it raining? If you hold it in, you'll get sick. Yeah, you do. And I've noticed, my partner would say, like, I had a really sore knee. I do suffer from sore knees, but I had a sore knee. It just come on. I couldn't walk for it. I didn't even know what it was. But I kept thinking, no, I'll ask for healing, ask for healing. Anyway, went the next day, just completely went. It was like, go to the doctors. I don't go to the doctors. I'd never go to the doctors. I'm like, it will go. I didn't believe it's something in me, even though it did hurt my knee, but go, I actually think it was an energy being released because I said the other week, you have to work through your chakras. If you don't know about chakras, get a book of chakras, learn what your chakras are and what energy normally resides in those chakras. Where ascending to a higher state of consciousness is coming from the lower chakras to the higher, which is enlightenment, which is a higher consciousness. Once you work through that and you look at those chakras, it will tell you what resides in those energies is what you might need to be letting go of if you're still feeling a bit like. So I'm glad I've been triggered. I got triggered this weekend a little bit. Last weekend I got really triggered by a conversation I was having with me mum. But it released something. So you've got to look at triggers aren't always a bad thing when we're triggering each other. It's just we learn from it and then we do learn to be a bit more compassionate and so on and so forth because it is about learning. We came here to learn and to remember who we truly are, which is more powerful than we actually thought we were because them on that side have tried to keep us dumbed down. One must know truth first to show who we are. Yeah, and like I said, you'll get a lot of people commenting, oh, it's not this, you don't know for you don't know that's not real, that's a piece of dust. It's like, you will know through your experiences what are real. And the more people go within, the more they will see that. The more they're tuning in to a different frequency. Everyone says this on all the channels. I've said it before. Everyone says it, in a metaphor, many different ways. I've said before, you're on a TV, which is a channel. And I was going to talk about channeling, but that'll have to go in another chat because sometimes I say things and then it ends up not coming out because I'm in the flow and it'll end up going on. But I meant channeling as a way as people channel higher states of consciousness. The energies around you are higher states of consciousness. Be careful what you focus on because sometimes it's not what you want. Well, you have to be quite like knowing what you want, Much music is embedded. It's got to be in the right hertz. It's normally 432 is the right hertz. They've changed it to dumb people down. But take care. You're great. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Drama Queen. Because, and I know because when I did a QHH session, which is a quantum holistic healing session, which was over on what channel was it, JP? Mine's just gone blank. Oh my god, what channel did I have that thing on? Positive Affirmations Daily and Mirror Work. Yes, Mirror Work. We'll be talking about all this. Mirror Work, definitely. Affirmations, definitely. Write them down. When I was on Unbiased and on the Fence, thank you, just said it as JP put it in. Must have known it was coming then. Unbiased and on the Fence did a quantum holistic healing where you can either go back to past lives or in the future, or sort of like, up there in the cosmos, in the ether. And mine, if you remember, I was saying, they were going, can you see your body? Have you got a different body? And I was just like, no, I'm just like energy and the universe. And I still remember this day, my fingers are tingling now. I didn't need a physical body. I wasn't a physical body. I was just this blue energy. I just remember being this energy. I think I was a colour. But I was still me. I was just a consciousness floating about. But and I was going to different places, but it was just a consciousness floating about. Everything is conscious. I was just a consciousness. Probably looking down. And I loved it where I was floating about. I was like, oh yeah, I just want to float around here for a bit. It's beautiful up here in what people would say was space. I was saying like the cosmos. It was just like, wow. This is just like, wow. That's all I can say, wow. If anyone remembers when I did that, that was an awareness. It was an awareness. I was aware. I was there. I wasn't physical, if anyone's understanding what I'm saying, but I was aware. And if you haven't seen that, if you'll have to go to the channel Unbiased on the Fence and you'll have to type in Dolly Daydreams. I don't know if it was under Dolly Daydreams QHH session, I think it was under. I don't know if anyone can find it, but it was quite long, but I went out there and I did go to a place where we were manifesting and we lived, it was a crystal place and there was these beings. I went through many different things of awareness and consciousness of different things coming in and it was great. So yeah, and then what was you saying before? Yeah, so I've been writing down in books, trying to reflect on what I'm doing. That's great work to do. Get yourself a journal. Obviously, in my subconscious comes out in my artwork, which funnily enough, I love doing. I've always been doing, and a while back, because this book was from 2018, so a while back, is it in this one? I had the whole, where is it? Funnily enough, I've got the yellow bird now. Look what I drew. Do you remember? I just randomly stuck a yellow bird in it. And it's a lovebird. Jack's red and green. And Nana that we've got now is a little yellow bird. Said to my fellow went, it's in the book. It looks like Nana. There's another one. You can draw manifestation if you believe it as well. That's why you do a vision board. I need to do a new vision board. So... we had all these pictures ages ago. Let it flow. I know. And this one I did ages ago. 3D, 4D, 5D. Higher states of consciousness. And it says on it, spiritual, physical. See where they tried to split the triangle up? They're coming together. A bit like the pyramids when they took the top off. Because the Egyptians knew. And it says consciousness is forever learning. It's not an easy path, but the right one for me, if I feel I get back on it, wobbles. If I get back on it, wobbles are stepping stones. I don't know what I was writing there, but that was a picture. Just a quick doodle that I did. She's got stars on. That would represent higher self, wings, stars in the cosmos. Just different states of consciousness, different people. So we've always been talking about that. But like I said, it comes out in my artwork. Clifton Lee. So there's many ways you can do it. But like I said, when you're in a higher state of consciousness, you're aware, you need to be more aware of what we're saying and what we're doing and what we're thinking. So, that's where I'm at the minute. And giving gratitude, because the more gratitude you give, the more you'll get. And that's not why we do it, but the more gratitude things come in. The attitude of gratitude, we've spoke about this before. And you'll see things beginning to change. And the more you do it, the more it'll change. The more you'll want to do it, the more you'll want to keep in that frequency. Like I said before, the TV, when we say channeling, there's people who channel energies. That's what I was trying to say before. Sorry, before I go. Channeling different energies. They say they're channeling this. Well, they revert everything and bring everything here that's different. We have an internet. It's called an Ethernet. And some people call it Akashic Records. The consciousness all around us, bit David Ickish, but he's right in that way anyway. So they put a TV out to make us see their visions, and that's why the TV has channels. It's channeling information to you. The ether channels information to us when we go within and tune in on their frequency. It's like a TV or a radio. Some people say like a radio station, same thing. So they channel to you. I've always said, the people at the minute who are caught up in fear and don't know what's going on, they will and we'll be here to help them. But this is an example. It's not calling people. It's just saying, when they're on a channel and they're on channel 1, so we'll call it 3D. We're all like on channel 4, 40. We're all trying to get to 50. I'm not there yet. That's what we're going to, a higher state. We're not all perfect, we still get triggered and stuff. That's compassion and total, unconditional love. But we're moving. But if we're on channel 4 and they're all channel 3 and we're going, oh my God, half of that isn't real. By 7 circles, the reason why they can't see it is because they're on a different channel. I can't see what's on my TV if I'm on channel 3 and you're on channel 1. You're like, did you watch that show? I'm like, no, because I was on channel 3. So I can't see what's over there because I'm not tuning in, switching your knob on your TV. Do you remember when you used to get off your chair and do that? I'm not doing that. But if you came over from there and just had a bit of a snipty look over it, you might realise something. That's what people are doing. So when people say tuning in, you can start channeling energy and feeling things and seeing things when you're actually on that frequency, that station. But if you're not and you're over on that one, to the people who will turn around to me and say, that's not real, or your orb's a piece of dust. Well, yeah, there is dust in the air. You can tell dust is different. You're not going to experience it because you're on a totally different channel. It's nice sometimes to come out of that channel and see what's going on in there. And that's why I say to people when they all go, I look at both. I look at that channel and I like being in this channel and I like to know what's going on. I'm aware, but I'm also very aware of here. Some people are not very aware of what's beyond the veil. They just want to stay here. It's about both worlds coming together. So you're never going to experience beautiful things manifesting in your life. You're only going to experience doom and gloom if you're going to stay there. But this is where I believe we're all going. So when people get the big shake-up, which is here, which is coming, and there's much more to come, and it doesn't just mean it's going to be over in November, it's going to keep going. It's going to be quite hard. It's frustrating now, just wait. But if you're in that higher state of consciousness, you're going to find it easier. Because you're beginning to understand how energies work, how frequencies work. I'm not saying I know about it all. I'm just saying when you're in that, you see how the world works and you're like, right, so, how are we going to transmute that? It's all alchemy. Your body is like a vessel. It's like a little chemistry set. That's why when people's energies come up to you or someone's having an argument, you start bubbling with all your chemicals going on like, oh my God, my emotions, blah. And I've done it a lot. We've all done it. And then you start reacting. If your chemicals going and you've said the wrong thing or you've shouted something out, you've got all mad, and then you feel ill and then you feel exhausted. That's where we've got to come into, right, you can get a bit triggered. I'm not getting all chemically wound up here within myself with all my emotions that set your chemicals off. I'm either going to go, right, I'm going to transmute it, transcend it, transform. It's alchemy. It's about how to know about your energies, what sets you off, and not focus on it. Accept what you can't accept sometimes. So, that's what the Egyptians knew. They were alchemists. People say magic, this, that. No, it's alchemy. It's energies. It's working with energies. If you know somebody really winds you up every time you meet them, maybe just don't go and see him for a bit. I transmute with the white light and double violet flame. Yeah. Deep breathing. This is why I'm saying colour therapy, light therapy. There's loads. But once you realise what triggers you, how your emotions work, because really your emotions aren't you. And we like to feel because we are in a physical realm and we will do, but it's just not letting them, it's not reacting first, just see what, someone says something to you, years ago we'd always be like, they've said this about me, but if you know that's not true about you, don't let it wind you up. It's hard. I've done it, did it a bit recently, I don't know if it was a month ago or something, but if it's not true, it shouldn't really bother you. And you need to be more in minding your business than anyone else's business, because meaning, Just listening to you is so relaxing. Thank you, Robert. This is why I talk about stuff and have to bring stuff up again so we remember. Forgot what I was going to say now. What was I saying then? Have a ring that says just breathe. Yeah, and it's a reminder. That's why. Yeah, it is a reminder. Hi, Deanie. What was I saying then about your emotions? Yeah, and it's just about learning to calm down, go within, breathe before you're going to react and think like, does this really matter? Oh yeah, your own business. So yeah, it was something we said the other day and I thought it's so true. Like, I've got to be bothered about minding my own business. It doesn't mean like, I mean, I want a business, but I don't mean that. I mean, minding your own reality, like be mindful in your reality, take care of what you want to focus on more than focusing on someone else. You know, like some people get really like you know, you get people who are too up in other people's businesses and then they go home and they're like, that person said I'm blah blah blah, and they just go on and on about it all the time because they're thinking that someone thinks this and that. It makes them feel like this and this, and then they keep going on about it, and then they're always like ping-ponging back with that person, you know, like every time they see him in the street, it's like, oh, it's just constantly building up. It's like, who cares what they think? You just keep focus on what you want. If they're too up in your business, even it's like people on YouTube when you get trolls and stuff, and I had it in the past with when I was looking at certain things, and they come in and they try to get you to go over to the channel. It was when I used to talk with Roxanne and that, and they used to try and get you like do stupid cut up like films about you and that, where they try and make people look silly, and they lie basically, but they want you to go over to play ping pong, so you all go over there and then you stay in that sort of, like, I call it ping pong. You're not flowing, you're not expanding, you're just getting in their energy. They want you in that energy to bring you down, so you're not focusing on, again, what you should be focusing on. They want you all in their energy, which is quite low negative. So come away from that. Does it really matter? Or just check in myself, does it really matter? No, right, why am I focusing on it then? And people could say, oh, you've been focusing on a lot of Q. Yeah, I did focus on a lot of Q a bit ago. I mean, a lot, when I was doing videos nearly every day. But I've come away from that. I've not come away from Q because I know it's a big part of the picture. But that's why I know there's, you know, you've got to reside in other stuff. I don't want to be shouting out about certain stuff all the time and all that. I've done my work with it. I personally know what's going on. I believe I know what's going on. I'm very aware of what's going on, but I'm also very aware that the other stuff that I have to bring into my life. So, you know, as I said, it's balance. It's balance, mind, body and spirit. Mind, what you think, you know, you're focusing. Your imagination, you've got your body, what you're eating, exercise, deep breathing, all that sort of stuff. And spirit, as in the spiritual realm. Are you doing certain things like meditating because that calms you down, deep breathing, 33 Christ consciousness in, free? Are you listening to how Source speaks to you through nature, through synchronicities, that's why when you're out and you hear someone, you don't hear a full conversation, you just hear certain words and you're like, oh my God, that's how it works. And today, being grateful, like today I woke up and was like, oh my God, it's a bit dewy today. I'm going to have a cup of tea on the back doorstep, getting that light in the morning before I take Finn to school. Oh, it's so beautiful. I could smell that sort of autumn air coming. I love the seasons when they change. I love autumn, it gets cozy. And it was sunny, a bit fresh. And I was like, oh, even when winter comes, I'll be like, yay, get my candles on and stuff. So I'm being grateful for the seasons that change, for when we have the sunshine, especially in the UK. But I do think we're going to have better weather in the future. I really do, because I think we've had a weather machines. Just saying, all this beautiful stuff. Be grateful for the thing. There's crap going on, but be grateful for the things around you, especially nature and all of that good stuff, because there still is good stuff. There's beautiful, good people out there. I might go on sometimes like, oh, you know, this has been going on, there's been bad people, but I do understand there's more good people. We are the 99% and they're the 1%. A lot of people have been blackmailed, a lot of people, you know, this, that and the other, all that stuff that we know. Beautiful people out there. So all the people that are on the timeline with New World Order thinks nothing's good, nothing's coming in. Really? Really? Oh, Bashar. Yeah. Bashar had an exercise with the body in a tank with blue gel or light or water, and water's a massive thing. It was to transform your body in recreating it. Can't find the exercise, but it was cool. And you put your intentions on water and then drink it because your body's made of water. Just like I said at the beginning of in that light book, water. Oh, what to say? Oh, what was it now? What was it I read out? It was. Oh yeah, that was it. That all matter is frozen light. Matter, frozen solid. I see, that's why I said the water's above. The water's above, the water's below. And I see crystals as like a frozen water, dense. And then you've got other things that are more like a liquid state, a bit like orbs and stuff like that, plasma and stuff like that. It's still a liquid. Water's more than we know, than we've ever been told. That's why I believe they've been trying to pollute the water. Water to me is crystal liquid, like clear quartz. Crystal liquid. We all know, as I said before, Dr. Emoto, and when they meditated on a river and the crystals, what they do. If you haven't done the exercise, do it. I've done it twice on YouTube, and it shows you, it actually proves that thoughts do things. And if you don't know what that is before I go, it is you can cook some rice off, white rice, put it in a container, both exact same containers. You can do 2 or 3. The same amount, like weigh it out because it's got to be, like it's a scientific experiment sort of thing. Then stick a sticker on one saying hate, stick a sticker on the other one saying love. You can do neutral, just love and hate. Every morning, 60 seconds, doesn't take long. Put intentions. I know it sounds mad if you haven't done it, but it'll prove the point to you. Put intentions, thoughts onto that rice, like the love. For 60 seconds, you're just going to be like, I love you. You can say it out loud. You can say it in your head. You can get your kids to do it. I love you. You're beautiful. All loving things to that rice. The hate one's brilliant. You can shout. You can shout it. You can say, ugh, you're ugly. You're this, that, and the other. Die, evil. You've got to say all like nasty words, Hillary Clinton's. You can shout all that out at it. Watch over the next few days and weeks. Bet you any money, the one with love on it stays quite clear. The one with hate on it will start getting really mouldy before the other one. So test it out. That's why I say, if you're experiencing something, you'll see the evidence for it. If you're not, then you're not tuning in. You're not going to. So before I go, I'll do some cards, but these cards came up yesterday, so I thought I'd read them out as I was saying about manifesting. So it was, your life is a canvas. These were for me, but I know it will resonate anyway. Artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. I've got to take my accountability, my creative accountability. Creating also means, I don't mean what I create and what I make art-wise. I mean what you want in your life, what you want in your universe. Take accountability for it, focus on it. I'll have a look what you're all talking about in a minute. And then we've got the bigger picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas, visionary, imagination. When I said before, as the first one was manifestation, you've got to visualize. Bye, Robert, bye. Where we go, one we go all. And lifting the veil. Well, what more can I say? Lifting the veil of what you've been told and what you believe of what we've always been told. It says, lifting the veil. This makes me laugh because I think of Q, questioning everything. As Q is questioning everything and research yourself. Anything unaligned must go. It must go. Anything unaligned with you right now, people, in your life, anything. Could be crap in your house, anything that's not aligning with you anymore, declutter, whatever it is, it must go. Because it's not going to do any good for what's coming in the future. You know, people can come back, and I think people will come back as in people you may have fell out with over the frustrating times at the minute of people believing this and people believing that, will come back in the end, because they will when they see the truth and they'll realise and all that, and it'll all be forgiveness because we'll all be going in like unconditional love anyway. So they will come back. It's just holding space for them. They will. So don't worry about that. And then I'm just going to pull, well, not pull, but, oh, sorry, not these cards. I've got the secret language of colours, because make sure you have colour around you in your house, flowers and that, because they give you joy and it's a frequency. So don't wait for no man, ladies, to buy you some flowers. Just get some, or get a plant, I prefer, because then they're not going to die. You've got a plant. I love orchids and stuff. Colour. Eat colourful food as well. I'll do the Keepers of Light. Colours very healing. And I will be reading books out of that. Like I said, if you want a really good read, The Light, The Medicine of the Future. Oh, it was going off then. Right. Might do a video after of the orbs, because I'm always wearing different colours, especially. It's funny enough, I hate wearing black. I can wear black pants. I hate wearing, you'll never see me really in a black top up here. I just don't like it. Sorry if people like wearing black, I just think it drains the colour out of people. I really do. I love white, pink and light blue and stuff, but you know, fuck, I say it's ridiculous. But yeah, black's not my colour. Oh, 2 have fell out. Just need one more. I always do 3. Okay, so quite a few have fell out, so I'm going to have to look at these. Right, see if I can get them in order. Right. Right, we've got, quickly. This is Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin. Care and compassion. So we'll just read this as one big message. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Mother Mary, love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible. This is so true, because I've gone through that, the need to be right. That's why I can get in debates sometimes, and we all do it. Need to be right. It's not. I mean, there is that still thing of, you know, because people say his ego. There is stuff going on that people won't look at. That's the only thing that gets on my nerves. It's not the need to be right, because I'm not saying I totally am, but I know, especially with certain things to do with Q, people don't look at it and they don't get it, so they don't believe it. Just saying. So I do get frustrated with that, but it doesn't matter. But a lot of us do this, and it is letting go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time, because it is all about healing. You'll always see that behind the circle, the sun, the consciousness, the enlightenment, when you come to enlightenment. Holy amethyst. Holy amethyst. Oh my God, I might just say that instead of saying like holy shit. Holy amethyst. That's my birthstone. Divine alchemy. You know, I mentioned alchemy before. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Was that not what I was just talking about? Manifestation. Next one. Melchizedek, can never say this, higher learning. Well, that's just what we were talking about. Higher self, learning, learning to reflect, so on and so forth. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. This is what I was talking about before when I said, I know I need to move over. I don't really have to be in all the marches and all this stuff. That's not what I came here to do. Other people are. That's fine because it is needed. It's both needed in both sides to bring this thing together of both realms. So, you know, that's my path. It's not everybody's. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong. We are. Focus on your purpose. That's what I was just saying. Release the fear of persecution. That don't bother me. And speak your truth. I speak my truth. Might not be anybody else's, but it's mine. Sword of truth. Cut through the bullshit as well. Just saying. And the last one is, well, and this is the colour that I always see in my mind's eye is blue. It says faith. Faith. Not all this, oh, it's false faith, it's belief. No, have faith. A lot of people don't have faith. I have faith. Faith, humanity, and benevolence, I can't say it. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. I do. Some people think I don't because I talk about certain things, but I do see the light because I know I can come from that. I do see the light. I see the light all the time in people and I love it. I can look at people, like I can look at my fella and I just think, you know, people can say things sometimes, they're like, oh, and you're just like, you know, we've all been through some stuff and we've all said certain stuff, done certain, and you're just like, some people don't even see the light within them, and it's like, oh, if you only knew. But yeah. And look how that shining looks like the violet light, that is what I see in my mind's eye. It's normally that colour, magenta and orange. Got a bit of faith, people. Bit Tiffany blue there, if you know what I'm saying. So, I just hope that give a bit of, you know, positivity. And I'll talk about manifestation like part 2 again, because I'll be on here for ages going about that, but the basic thing is you have got to believe before you see. Believing is seeing, not seeing is believing, as they would say. You've got to believe. If you don't believe in it, you're not going to see it. So it's not seeing is believing. Some people say, well, I want to see it, I believe it. Well, believe it and you'll see it. That's what I've seen. But if you know about manifestation, yeah, they are great cards. These are Keepers of the Light. And before I go, I'm just going to do the secret language of colours because that's how source comes through colours as well. And let's see what we get. I've not done these ones for ages. Yeah, there's a lot of people with blind faith, definitely. Thanks, Dolly, needed to hear you. Glad I made it in. Thanks, JP. Well, like I said, if anything I'm ever talking about, whether you believe it or not, is giving you a positive vibration and a frequency, it's not always what I'm saying, it's the energy I'm giving to people. And I get it back off the people in chat as well, so it's an energy exchange anyway. You know? So that's good. Receiving, giving and receiving and giving. So that's what we're here to do. I believe this is where we're going. Thank you. And it's going to be there soon, Sky. Your key ring's going to be there. I can't even remember which one you got. But yeah, if anyone's on my Instagram, there's rings coming up, there's earrings, there's all sorts coming up. I was on a bit of a design day today. And I'm going to be designing some Christmas cards. You can, they're only 6x6, but I can do customized ones, but they have to be the way I do them. If like Christmas certain things, especially if you, I don't know, in America, if you wanted like Yule or a different saying on it, you know, because I hand make my own cards. So I'd like to do some spiritual cards as well for giving people faith of in these times. Sending a beautiful card or postcard to someone, just giving them a bit of positivity is a lovely message to give people. The faith keyring, yeah. I've still got some left, so I'll have to put the other pictures up. Someone's already ordered some others, and there's a few more. Like I said, there'll be different ones. Once they're gone, they're gone. I don't normally repeat the same sort of things. These are a set. But yeah. Oh, not that one. Oh, two have just flown out in my face. So we've got Ruby is Rejuvenate Your Body at number 8. Ruby. You do. I've been drinking. Someone put up a Facebook page. I'm going to have to find it next time because I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But you know about being more alkaline. Having squoze and orange juice and lemons. But I put limes in it as well and zinc. And there was something else, but I got some zinc. Started having that in the mornings and a bit of lemon water at night. Violet, Create a Balance, Life 45. 45th president. Yeah, create a balanced life. That's what we're... Like I said, you can't be too much in the physical over there. Not being both balanced. Rose, because roses are supposed to be the highest frequency. So, Rose, attract a relationship, number 6. And I was saying about blooming, blooming. That's what you were talking about. Yeah, my cards normally always pop up with what I was talking about. But yeah. So I'm going to go. I probably haven't mentioned everything because, I just go with the flow and don't really write stuff down. I always say I'll be organised, but it just never happens like that because it doesn't feel right to me. So if I've missed anything out, I might be in the week. I know I'm trying to cut it down. That's why I'm trying to cut YouTube down a bit because I'm trying to focus on other stuff. But obviously if something pops up, I'm going to jump in if I think there's good videos. There are some good videos actually I want to give some shout outs to because someone sent me one the other day. Can't think of that off the top of my head. Absolutely brilliant. I will throw them out at some point because I might have put them on my community page because, you might resonate and then it's giving other, people learn different ways or the way other people talk. So, if we can just give out good vibes and other people's videos of, the stuff I'm talking about, manifestation and stuff and moving forward and expanding, because that was a word. Did I write it down before? Something about... Something about expanding. Can't remember. It'll come to me another time. So, yeah. So like I said, releasing and letting go so you can flow and expand more. We don't want to be like staying where we are, not expanding in, our states of mind because there's beautiful places you can go there. And there's a lot of healing that happens when you expand. If you stay stale, it's, you're not really growing, are you? We've got to know so we can grow, to flow, to expand. Just sort of goes like that. So, yeah, where we go one we go all. I'll see you all very soon. If not, it's Monday. I'll probably see you in the week somewhere, throwing something out. Like I said, I've got some videos to chuck out. There might be bits of art to show you, bits and bobs. But my other chat will be next Monday because I've got to do my work on what I want to bring in as well. I am on Instagram, Janine Flannery. You'll see me, Dolly Daydream with Dreads in if you're interested in any of my art or anything. All made with love and loving intentions on everything I make because they're all handmade, and I do believe, because we have energies coming through us, it goes on my artwork, and I think people will feel that. And if you do ever purchase anything, you will get a handmade thank you card with a little doodle on it. a little bit of my art. So see you all soon. It's Monday, so the reason why I'm doing Mindset Mondays of whatever you think, and hopefully giving you some energy and inspiration of whatever I bring on a Mindful Monday, that's all it is, to give you a good frequency for the rest of the week. So remember, thank you, Laurie, remember, be careful what you think about and your thoughts to yourself. Be careful what you're watching and focusing on too much of. And remember, your imagination is a very powerful thing. That's why, another reason why they go after children, because they use their imagination. Always, as I've said, get out in nature. Take your shoes off as well. If in the morning, even in the UK, a bit of sunlight, first thing in the morning, even if you have to wake up a little bit early, if you've got kids, don't have the excuse of, I can't. 10 minutes with a cup of tea, just getting that first sun, or in the evening, just when it goes down, and breathing deep and just letting that come in is beautiful, and being grateful for it. Yeah, keep a smile on your face. Anything that keeps you in a higher vibration, which is a positive vibration, do that. Just do that, and it'll make you feel a lot better when you're seeing other shit going on and people losing their minds. You want to keep yours, because you're going to be helping family members, friends, and that come back to themselves when the other stuff drops, and they're running around looking why you look a bit calmer, and they're like, how can you be calm when all this is going on? So like I said, have a great week, stay positive. Something's not going right, it's a lesson, or maybe it's something taking you away from something because you don't need to be there, and it wants you back to expand somewhere else. You know, positive mindset, and I will see you soon. Bye.